Silicon Valley fighting with the public is not making Silicon Valley very popular. All of this adherence to remarkably PC rules that they want on their social media platforms, as if they're going to act as publishers and curators of the public morality, are not making people love Silicon Valley's tech giants. In fact, it's making people kind of fucking hate them. This is an Axios Harris poll of the 100 most visible companies in the United States. So Axios Harris polls 18,000 Americans in what they say is a nationally representative sample. So when figuring out which companies have the best and worst reputations, there's two open-ended questions. Of all the companies that you're familiar with or might have heard about, which two in your opinion stand out as having the best and the worst reputations overall? I guess that's as good a way as any as to find out how people feel about the companies that dominate their lives, the companies that they're familiar with in their day-to-day lives. Well, here are the results. Wegmans, I'd never even heard of, must be an American thing. Amazon and Patagonia, again, I'd never even heard of Patagonia. Walt Disney, Samsung, these are most reputable companies in the United States. Then you got, just your standard sort of everyday living things like, Home Depot, Hobby Lobby, Costco, Chick-fil-A, which is surprisingly high, all things considered, considering the controversies Chick-fil-A have had, right? It just goes to show you that the leftist narrative is not hegemonic, even though they would have you believe that it is. All the way down to sort of like Tesla's now down to 42, which has gone down significantly. And then, but you get to, Google at 41. Now, Google used to be 3 on this list. Number 3 in 2016. So they've had a consistent tumble down this list. So now they're only on 41 with, reasonably good score, I suppose. But then you get to the other tech giants. How is it going for the rest of them? Nice to see Electronic Arts make an impression on this list for the first time ever. That's interesting, isn't it? But anyway, so Starbucks down to 59. Not bad result though. Not seeing the other. Where are we? Where are we? Where on earth? I mean, Walmart's down at 79. Where on earth? Oh, Twitter at number 89 is their entry onto the list. Good job, Jack. Good job. Yes, the public generally kind of hates you. They're aware of you. They think you're awful, just so you know. But to be fair, it could be worse. You could be Facebook at number 94 on a continual downward spiral in the public estimation. Only slightly better than, say, less popular than Goldman Sachs. Well done, Facebook. Fucking well done. Less popular than Goldman. I mean, there are a bunch of companies on there I know people hate just from cultural diffusion. And you have managed to, you're under Bank of America Comcast. Great job. Really great job. At least you're more popular than the Trump org or the US government, which is the least popular organization. I'm not sure that it's really fair to put the US government on this. It's kind of a special case, isn't it, as the government. But yes, that is an unbelievably unpopular platform you have there. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that you will literally censor everyone and everything if there is a storm in a teacup moral outrage generated by the media. They have individual categories as well. This one is for ethics. Bottom 10. Comcast, Sears, Twitter, Dish, Goldman Sachs, Facebook. People think you are unethical companies. People think Silicon Valley is full of unethical companies. None of you are popular. Google is the most popular, and incidentally, Google is actually the least censorious of the Silicon Valley tech giants. Google is, and via its organ in YouTube, is literally one of the least censorious ones. And they still are censorious. Monkey Jones still doesn't have his channel back, although having done absolutely nothing wrong, and it doesn't look like he's ever going to get it back. It's a total injustice. But hey, I guess only a couple more years, and literally the bottom 10 can all be full of Silicon Valley tech giants, can't they? You guys decide to act this way. You guys decide that these activists, who you happen to fall into the same sort of political camp as, and not just that, it's like, I think it's the same sort of cultural atmosphere you guys live in. I think you live near the activists. You're friends with people who are friends with. These are the sort of cultural circles you move in. And so you find yourself kind of trapped by those sort of like the overbearing morality of it, but it's not making you popular, is it? It's not exactly. I mean, I'm sure that you guys must be kind of nervous at this point. How is it we've managed to generate a giant movement against what we do? And the thing is, I'm sure that it's getting to you guys, because I mean, why else would Jack Dorsey be going on Joe Rogan? If everything was hunky-dory for him, why would he bring his lawyer on to talk to Tim Pool and try and pretend that none of these things are a concern? Even when Jack himself had said Twitter has a left-wing bias. The idea of his lawyer going, well, I don't know what you mean. Well, Jack Dorsey knows exactly what you mean, so maybe you should try being better prepared to do your fucking job. I don't know, don't look at me. I'm not the one who's supposed to do your job. But sitting there going, I don't know what a left-wing bias is. Look, everyone knows Twitter has a left-wing bias. There's a reason why 21 of the 22 most significant accounts that have been banned have been right-wingers, okay? Just, not going to go off. It's just annoying, and it's just like, look, it is having a demonstrable effect in the public consciousness. People generally don't like you. You just happen to provide a service that they like. The fact that they have to use you is not because of any brand loyalty or anything like that. It's because you seem to be essentially the only game in town. And this is the thing when it comes to social media, right? Everyone's like, well, why don't people just go to Gab? Because Twitter already exists. With social media, it seems to be like discovering a method of delivering information to people where they can deliver information to one another. The form in which it takes, the first person to kind of discover that form becomes the popular platform for that form. And they kind of, it doesn't seem that people are encouraged to just ship to another one just because it does basically the same thing, which is why Gab is essentially the home of exiles. But that's why Dissenter is such a great thing, because no one else is doing anything like that. And so if you want to be able to comment on anything, anywhere, anytime, then you have to use Dissenter. Oh, and a piece of advice with Dissenter, right? What I would recommend is you make your post on Dissenter in anywhere that already has comment sections, right? We need to start getting people aware that there is a conversation going on above them that they might want to pay attention to, right? So go and post like a sensible comment on the thing on Dissenter, and then just take a link to that and put in the comment section, I dissented this, with the link to the Dissenter comments that you've made, or the Dissenter link to the thing itself, so people can read all of the comments that have been put on it independently. Because we need to start popularizing this in the public imagination. There is something out here for people who are sick of being censored and who want to talk about Guardian articles, whatever, even if the Guardian don't want you talking about them. We need to make sure that people are widely aware of this. So I would definitely recommend putting in the comments just something like, I posted on Dissenter about this, and then, whatever, definitely do that. Definitely get it in the normies' minds that there is something, even if they're like, oh no, it's what the far right are using. I mean, a bunch of them will look and find that it's just people who want to speak freely.